Thanks. I think the first question that's been submitted is which wearables will become a part of everyday life? So as we talk about wearable technology, it sounds great, looks cool, but what's the long term? What will be part of everybody's everyday life?
Yes, so I'll take a stab at that first. It's really fascinating because that question, what wearable technology would become part of everyone's life, on our bodies every single day. And we have become a society and a humanity that is akin to recharging our devices as we sleep. So when we recharge our cars pretty soon, that's not going to be too much of a chasm for us to cross, because we're just kind of the recharging species now. When it comes to wearable tech, the reason for wearable tech, in my opinion, is all about the data. And my last company, which was Google for Chemists, it was an online search engine, specifically for 19 segments of the global chemical industry. It made its money on the data about the data. And the wearable tech that we're going to have with us is wearable tech that provides data about specific things that we're interested in. Today it's general fitness, how many steps did I take, give or take, how many, I don't really count the total, but we get a guesstimate, and that helps us. And then how well we sleep, that also helps with general fitness. And I think, I'm pretty excited to see what's happening in the sports tech field, obviously, with Shot Tracker. And that's our first product. The company is called DD Sports, which stands for Data Driven Sports. And it's really about, wearable tech is really about data about you. And the more specific that wearable tech is for its function, if you play soccer, if you play volleyball, if you play basketball, if you play football, those sports are very interested in the data. Also healthcare, but that's another topic.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Bruce, because what I've learned about wearable technology and just product design in general is having something that's integrated into different parts of your life. Like when computers and phones first came out, especially the Blackberries, it was mainly used for work. And then it started to become really personal, and people could use it not only for work-related things. If you had a Blackberry, that means you had like a corporate or a government type of job. And then it became an everyday lifestyle that people used it not only professionally and personally. So the things that will be integrated into everyday life, for me, I would say that fits into you personally and professionally. So you're tracking your health, you're tracking it not only personally, but your corporate job is using it to help maybe lower your premium or increase it depending on your activity. So me focusing on lifestyle is really focusing on health, focusing on safety, especially just for a female and myself that travels on a regular basis, and my family or friends don't know where I am. I'm in Kansas City, that's all they know. And if they don't see me on social media, that's the only thing they know where I am, is because of social media. So just having different elements that fit into my life, whether I'm using it professionally or personally, wearable technology can really integrate into that. And data is so important, because right now we're doing kind of the minimum with wearable technology. We're tracking, but what else can we do with that data? I had the conversation with my mom a few weeks ago. She's been going through some different health elements over the last few years, and she hates going to the doctor. She's one of those people, until she's crying on the floor, she's not at the doctor's. And then I looked at somebody my same age that until something's wrong, you're not going to the doctors. And having a wearable that helps track different health-related issues will help have you have control over your health, but then also have your doctor have a little bit more control over your health as well. So I'm just thinking, like, if my mom was wearing a
look good or blend kind of seamlessly into their already existing kind of mojo. They don't care if it solves world peace, they're not wearing it. And that was like a direct quote. That was a direct quote from somebody on video camera in one of like the market research studies we did, and it was, kind of eye-opening at the time. It's kind of become standard, and so that's why we were really focused on the jewelry space, because of the things that our female segment that we were after really wears on a consistent basis is jewelry. And of course, at this point, nobody's letting you touch their wedding ring, but there are other ways to attack that. And I think as the supporting componentry and technology, especially batteries, as they get smaller, you'll see more and more of that because it'll be easier to find places to kind of hide it on the person and make it so they don't even remember that they're wearing it, but it's still providing them this value. So,
Thanks. The next question is, what industries are you most excited to have wearable technology integrated into? I think we've heard health and sports. Is there any other comments?
So we were really onto a theme, well, two things. So we were really onto a theme about time and the whole concept that, you know, we all know there's only so much time in a day, and it feels like everybody's just got more and more and more stuff to do, and there's more and more things that you want to do that you don't have time for. And so if you can use the data to really help somebody understand and visualize better where they're spending their time during the day through a wearable, that's really interesting. And so one thing we were working on was kind of this concept of, man, I'd really like to leave work on time every day so I could spend some more time with my kids, but I just can't seem to get out of the office, and I'm just working from the time I get there until the time I leave. But you know, through wearables, we were able to kind of tell them, well, hey, did you know that you check Facebook 4 times a day, and every time you check Facebook, you're on there for an average of 7 minutes, and so if you quit your Facebook habit during the workday, all of a sudden you get a half hour back, and you're spending more time with your kids. And you know, over the course of a week, over the course of a year, that's a lot of time. Things like that you know seem very intuitive, but I think when you put them in front of somebody's face that hasn't done the analysis on themselves, like most of us haven't, it gets really interesting. So time was something that we were interested in.
Okay, great, thanks. And the next question is, what key elements do we think are necessary to mix style and technology?
Yeah, that's a great question because, as you mentioned, being a female and creating jewelry, like you said, if they don't want to wear it, no matter if it's customization. We did several focus groups over the last year of just asking different women, different age groups, different backgrounds and culture of jewelry that they wear every day. And for the most part, women change their jewelry based upon what they're wearing. If they're wearing something daily, it's because someone they cared about gave it to them, or wedding ring or something of that nature. But then we also did what we try not to call it, kind of like a stalker focus group, in which we are just paying attention to women. So for months, our team just kind of watched different women as they're out and about, from corporations to schools, high school, colleges. And you can walk down the street and see 7, 8 different women, and all of them look completely different, from their clothes to their hair to their jewelry. So we paid attention to, I can wear it black or I can wear it a different color, was something that women really wanted. And that was all ages, from the 17-year-old young girl that we spoke to the 30-year-old woman that we spoke to. Customization was first and foremost for that.
And I have a slightly different perspective on that than Tiffany. I think that one of the keys for wearable tech in the future is to be imperceptible to the user. So you can do that through jewelry that's customizable in different fashion. But ultimately, I think that the wearer really shouldn't perceive the tech. Either it's in the clothes or it's on their body somewhere, but it's imperceptible.
Yeah, and at Garmin we have found that too. We find that actually a wearable technology piece that has anything to do with fitness or health is sort of like a badge. Like, I care. I've got an activity tracker on. I care about being healthy, and so we've done research and the stalker research too, and really you will see more and more dressed up ladies, men with business suits on, and they have wearable technology on for their everyday life to go from the office to their activity. If you're into golfing and you have a golf watch on all day long, and then you're going to go play golf that night, it's becoming more and more, I think, acceptable. At first, it was kind of like, well, Google Glass is an example. At CES, I think it was a couple years ago.
Well, one thing I've learned being in marketing, digital marketing especially, and website development, content is king in pretty much all industries. And just having relevant content that the user is inputting into the cloud or mobile application from using the wearable technology, but then also the interaction of the company creating content and creating that experience. Studies show like after 3 to 6 months, people stop wearing the wearable technology, whether it's because they found something new and something better, or they wanted just to try this for a few months because it was, big on Kickstarter or something like that. So one thing that we've learned just from product design and the full experience with wearable technology, creating a great web presence, social media presence, and mobile presence was really important. So I know that's one of the biggest things that we're focused on. So we're creating a lifestyle brand. We really want to create that also with content. So not only allowing the user to upload their content from tracking to safety results, like if they're in an unsafe neighborhood, allowing them to share with other women that this is an unsafe neighborhood through the mobile application, but then also us giving them tips, us giving them health-related tips and safety tips and content about inspirational women, either locally or nationally as they're traveling to these different cities of, hey, maybe you should meet this woman, or maybe you should grab a coffee with this person. So web and mobile presence has been really a key part of our company. Just really understanding how media connects you and entertainment creates experiences, and that's in every city, that's in all different cultures, that we're all connected through our social media, and we're all creating different experiences because of entertainment and social media, and media is a form of entertainment.
Thanks. Any other comments?
Yeah,
We're open now to take some questions from the audience. I don't know if somebody has a mic to walk around. Yeah, go ahead.
I had a question for you, Susan, really two questions about your product development process. First, your presentation was primarily focused on the fitness products, understandably. Little was said about the new Garmin D2 for the aviation market. Was there any interface between your fitness department and your aviation department in the development of that watch for pilots and aviators?
Most definitely, most definitely. We have wearable technology, just in the past couple of years has really taken off for Garmin. So from a product development standpoint, just like any technology company, we try to leverage the development that's already been done. So our D2 Bravo, or D2, it's an aviation watch, and it's beautiful. It looks like it should be a high-dollar aviation watch, and that development did come from It was able to use part of the development that was used for our Phoenix 3 product that I showed in the video. So yeah, good question.
I'm Clint Robinson from Black & Veatch. I'm an engineer. So my question about data is, so what?
Mm-hmm.
I've walked 10,000 steps. I've shot 50% from the three-point line. All of those
you need to work
things,
on your shooting.
That's why I'm sitting here. So my question is when are we going to translate this data into something meaningful? Like you're about to have cardiac arrest because you walked 10,000 steps, or your oxygen level is low because you watched the Chiefs-Denver game. When are we going to translate those into just data?
Clay and Steph Curry, who are their star shooters, were asked to sit down during the playoffs or during a game, and